Now that we reached the second phase of the version 2.0, we are blessed with the release of Bronya Pro Max, Sparkle. Sparkle is a character from the Quantum Element who follows the Harmony path, with a playstyle very similar to Bronya of advancing your character's action while also providing a crit damage buff. But she has a catch. With her on the team, you will not have any problems managing your skill points. Without any furthers, if you haven't already, like this video because it really motivates me a lot. Only 3% of you are subscribed, so please, if you are liking my content, the best way to show me your support is by leaving a sub and a like. For those who are interested, you can also become a member if you wish to support me with a symbolical help. I recommend you activating the bell for you to be notified when I post any video here. And just like always, my links are on the description for anyone who's interested. Without any furthers, let's now explain Sparkle's kit. Do you want to get all of your favorite characters, but do you have any primogems? What should you do now? Surely you are going to try to purchase Genesis crystals, but it can get a little bit too expensive. On Lootbar, they are offering a lower pricing discount with also a fast, safe, and secure service for you to top up. To do the recharge, it's pretty easy. To show you guys, I'm going to buy a Welkin. Your account will be 100% secure because it will only require you to insert your UID, your server region, and the service to do the recharging. And it is also recharging throughout the official channels with MiHoYo, so it allows you to enjoy all the double recharge events. As you can see, the prices here are way cheaper than on the game shop. It is 20% cheaper than official recharge. Once you complete your payment, just wait for a few minutes and your crystals will be there. Click on the link on the description or on the pinned comment and new users can get a 5% off coupon right now. So what are you waiting? Thank you so much Lootbar for sponsoring this video.
1,000 faces in 1,000 places. Can you find the answer?
Sparkle is a 5-star character from the Quantum Element who follows the Harmony path, focus on being a crit damage buffer while also giving your team a lot of skill points. On her basic attack, Monodrama, Sparkle deals quantum damage equal to percentage of her attack to a single target enemy. When you use her skill, Dream Diver, Sparkle consumes a skill point to increase the crit damage of a single ally by a percentage of her own crit damage, plus an extra percentage, lasting for 1 turn. At the same time, advances forward this ally's action by 50%. And, just like Bronya, you can use the skill on herself, but if you do it, the action advance will not even trigger. Since her ultimate is related with her talent, let's talk about her talents first. Red Herring. Her talent additionally increases the max number of skill points by 2 while Sparkle is on the battlefield. And whenever an ally consumes 1 skill point, all allies' damage increases by a percentage. This effect lasts for 2 turns and can stack up to 3 times. Her ultimate, the Hero with 1,000 Faces, recovers 4 skill points for the team and grants all allies something called Cypher. And when allies with Cypher trigger the effect provided by her talent, each stack additionally increases its effect by a percentage, lasting for 2 turns. For last, when you use her technique, Unreliable Narrator, you will grant your allies a new state called Misdirect for 20 seconds. While on this state, your characters will be undetected by enemies, and entering battle in this state recovers 3 skill points for the team. You will start the battle with at least 6 skill points instead of the original 3.
1,000 faces in 1,000 places. Can you find the answer?
On her minor traces, Sparkle we get a total of 28% HP and 10% effect res, which will help a lot with the survivability aspect. She also will get 24% crit damage that will help you even more with the buffs she can provide. It's time to her major traces because they turn your Sparkle from a Quantum Bronya into a Pro Max Bronya. With her first Ascension trace, Almanac, when using a basic attack, additionally regenerates 10 energy. This may not seem much, but with this trace, you will regenerate the same amount of energy either you use the skill or the basic attack. In tight scenarios, you don't need to feel bad for using a basic attack. Her second Ascension trace, Artificial Flower, will extend the crit damage boost effect provided by her skill to last until the start of the target's next turn. This talent may not seem much for some, but for those who are paying attention, it's a massive upgrade over Bronya, because with this trace, characters that do extra actions after using one skill or attack, for example Dr. Ratio and Jing1 with their follow-ups, will now have those attacks also buffed instead of only the first one, because for those who didn't know, for example with Dr. Ratio, if you pair him with Bronya, you will just buff the skill, the follow-up will not be buffed with the damage bonus. But with Sparkle, the follow-up will also receive the crit damage bonus. And for last, her third Ascension trace, Nocturne will increase all allies' attack by 15%. And when there are 1, 2 or 3 Quantum allies on your team, increases Quantum type allies' attack by 5, 15 or 30%. It's a good trace for those who are planning on doing the famous Mono Quantum team. For her trace priorities, focus on a skill first because the biggest buff comes from there for sure. Then focus on your ultimate and talent simultaneously, and for last, her basic attack, which you can leave it unleveled.
1,000 faces in 1,000 places. Can you find the answer?
Now, let's talk about Sparkle Eidolons for those who plan to go after some of them. On her E1, the Cypher effect applied by the ultimate lasts for 1 extra turn, and all allies affected by Cypher have their attack increased by 40%. With her E2, each talent stack allows allies to ignore 8% of the enemy's target defense when dealing damage to enemies. Her E3 will increase the level of her skill by 2 and the level of her basic attack by 1. With her E4, the ultimate recovers 1 more skill point and the talent additionally increases max skill points by 1. Her E5 will increase the level of her ultimate and talent by 2. And for last, on her E6, the crit damage boost from her skill additionally increases by 30% of Sparkle's crit damage. When she uses her skill, the crit damage boost will apply to all allies currently with Cypher. When Sparkle uses her ultimate, this effect will spread to all allies with Cypher should the allied target have the crit damage increase effect provided by the skill active on them.
1,000 faces in 1,000 places. Can you find the answer?
It's finally time to talk about the best relic sets that you will want to use for your Sparkle. Her best in slot in my opinion will be the 4-piece Messenger. It will increase your speed by 6% on the 2-piece, and on the 4-piece, it will increase the speed of all allies by 12% for 1 turn after you use your ultimate. You will be getting more speed, leading to more turns, and it will also providing speed to all allies besides the attack and crit damage buffs you already do. If you do plan on using Sparkle in a break team, you can also use 4-piece Watchmaker, which will increase your break effect by 16% with the 2-piece, something she doesn't really care about, but with the 4-piece, you will increase the break effect of all allies by 30% for 2 turns after using her burst. While you are still farming for one of these options, or if you don't like any of these suggestions, you can also mix and match pieces between the sets that provide speed, HP or defense percent, and damage reduction. For planetary ornament sets, her best in slot will be Broken Kill in my opinion, which will give you 10% effect res, and if you reach at least 30% effect res, all your allies get an extra 10% crit damage. Since she gets already 10% effect res from her minor traces, you will just need to get more 10% from relic substats, something that is perfectly doable in my opinion. If you plan on using Sparkle on just mono quantum teams, Penacony Land of the Dreams will be your best pick. It will increase your energy regeneration by 5% and will increase the damage of all the allies with the same type of the user by 10%. For mono quantum teams, this will be the best pick. Her last option for those who are still on the early game, Fleet of the Ageless. It will increase your max HP by 12%, giving you more survivability, and if you reach at least 120 speed, all allies' attack will be increased by 80%.
1,000 faces in 1,000 places. Can you find the answer?
After knowing the best relic and ornament sets, let's talk about the best stats that you will want to get. For your body, crit damage always. For the boots, speed. For the sphere, HP percent or defense percent. Both will increase your survivability, so choose the one with better substats. And for the rope, energy regeneration rate. For substats, you should be looking for crit damage, speed, HP percent or defense percent.
1,000 faces in 1,000 places. Can you find the answer?
For Sparkle Lightcones, her best in slot will be her signature Lightcone, Earthly Escapade. This Lightcone will increase the wearer's crit damage by a percentage and will give something called Mask for a total of 3 turns. While the user has Mask, it will increase the crit rate and crit damage of all allies for a percentage. And every time you recover 1 skill point, you will gain a stack. After getting 4 stacks, they will be removed and the user gains masks for another 4 turns. This Lightcone is one of the best Lightcones for Harmony units thanks to its crit bonus. And since Sparkle generates skill points a lot of times for the team, you will most likely have this passive always up. And for sure, this Lightcone is way more valuable than her E1. Bronia's signature Lightcone, but the battle isn't over, is also a good option for Sparkle. It increases your energy regeneration rate by a percentage, and you will also get an extra skill point when you use an ultimate on an ally. When the wearer uses their skill, the next ally taking action will deal more damage. This light cone is an amazing pick for those who don't plan on going for her signature and will work wonders on her in case you have this on your account and you are not using it. Her best 4-star light cone will be Carve the Moon with the Clouds, the Battle Pass light cone. For those who play Genshin, this light cone has a similar passive to the Wit set, a passive that changes and is random every time it's your turn. The good thing is that Sparkle enjoys all the possible buffs. You'll be able to increase your allies' attack, crit damage, or energy regeneration rate randomly every time it's your turn. For those who plan on doing Sparkle a team member exclusive to Mono Quantum teams, Planetary Rendezvous is one of the best options among the 4-star light cones. The passive is pretty straight up. After entering the battle, you will increase the damage dealt by all allies with the same type as the wearer by a percentage. And for last, her best F2P option, Past and Future, on its passive will buff the damage dealt by the next ally taking the action after you use your skill by a percentage. Since you get superimpositions for free with time, this icon is probably one of her best ones also.
1,000 faces in 1,000 places. Can you find the answer?
Since Sparkle is pretty much another Bronya, every team where you can use Bronya may also use Sparkle now, and you can even pair them together for some funny comps. And let's not forget she will also help with a lot of skill-hungry characters. But Sparkle will be better for teams where the main DPS were not able to fully take advantage of Bronya buffs. So here are some suggestions. For a Mono Quantum team, pair her with Scylla or Qingque, Silver Wolf, and Fushuan or Lynx. For a good F2P team, pair her with Dr. Ratio, Tingyun, and a Sustainer. For a Break team, pair her with Shui, Runmei, and a Sustainer. And for the new Dunhang IL Hyper Carry, pair her with Dunhang IL, Tingyun, and a Sustainer. These were just some examples of team comps you can do with your Sparkle. As you guys can see, she's super versatile and will always have the place to fit. If you have a team you think it's worth mentioning, feel free to leave it on the comments for anyone who wants to try some different comps.
1,000 faces in 1,000 places. Can you find the answer?
After this guide, I hope you have an understanding on how to build and play with Bronya Pro Max, Ultra, and some other things. Don't forget to like this video and sub if you enjoy my content. If you sub, you will not only see a cool animation, but it will also increase the 3% subscribers. Your support is amazing, and I'm so happy to have you from that side. All my other socials are on the description. Tell me your opinion about Sparkle on the comments. A special thanks for my members. My name is Dphoenix, and see you all in the next video.